Welcome. In this video I'm going to show you just a very quick guide how to make granny stripes. I'm planning on making a big granny stripe blanket this summer, and I wanted to have something for you to refer to when I start sharing photos of my progress. So yeah, we're just going to make a small sample and let's get started. So I'm using DK acrylic yarn with a 4mm hook, and we're going to start with a slip knot and then we're going to make a chain. So we want to work in a multiple of 3 plus 1. Yeah, so I'm just going to make a small sample here for the video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 1. Yeah, so if you're adding it to an existing sample, that's the number you're working with, 3 plus 1. And then we're going to add 1 for this foundation chain. Yeah, so working in the second hook, second chain from your hook, we're going to make a row of US singles, UK doubles, to put our work onto. Yeah, so I'll let you go ahead and do that. You can press pause if you want while you do that, and I'll see you at the end of the row. So I'm just making my last US single, UK double, and I'm at the end of my row. So I've got 13 stitches, that's my 12 plus 1, and you'll have however long you're making your sample. So row 2, we're going to chain 2. Don't make your chains too tight because we're going to be working into them at the end of the next row. Yeah, so turn the work, and for this row we're going to make a stitch US. So all the stitches now are US doubles, UK trebles. Yeah, just like a granny square. We're going to make a stitch into that first US single, UK double, and then we're going to skip 2 stitches and we're going to make 3 stitches in the third stitch. Yeah, US doubles, UK trebles. Yeah, after you've made your 3 stitches, we're going to skip 2 and work into the third stitch. We're going to make 3 more stitches. After your 3 stitches, skip 2 and into the third stitch, make 3 more stitches. And you're just going to keep going along the row like so until you get to the end. You skip 2 and you'll be at your last stitch. You're going to make 2 stitches. And that's the end of row 2. Yeah. So for row 3, we're going to chain 2, turn the work. This time we're not going to make a stitch in that first stitch. We're just going to leave the chain 2 and we're going to go into this space between the groups of stitches. We're going to make 3 stitches. After your 3 stitches, hop across into the next space and make 3 more stitches. And we're going to do this all the way to the end of the row. After 3 stitches, hop across. After 3 stitches, hop across. So I'm now at the end of my row, and we're going to make 1 stitch into that chain. Do you remember I said don't make your chains too tight because we're going to work into them? So we're just going to make 1 stitch into the chain. And that's your 3rd row. So to continue, we just repeat rows 2 and 3 again and again. So we go back to row 2. So on row 2 we have 2 stitches at the start and the end, and then on row 3 we have 1 stitch at the start and the end. Yeah, and that's the difference between them. So here we're going to chain 2, turn the work, and we're going to make a stitch into that first stitch. Yeah, so this is our 2 stitches at the beginning and end of the row. Yeah, we're going to hop across, make 3 stitches. Oops. So you can change colour each row if you want. These are great for using up scrap yarn, and they're great for making multicoloured blankets. They look really nice on single beds. So when we get to the end of, when we get to the end of this row, we go into that stitch there, into the chain, sorry, and we make 2 stitches. And so if we start with 2 stitches, we finish with 2 stitches. If we start with just the chain 2, we finish with just the chain 2. So 1 stitch, sorry. If we start with chain 2, we finish with 1 stitch. So this is just a chain 2 start. Yeah, we're not going to put that extra stitch in there. We're going to go for 3 stitches into this space because we're repeating row 3 now. Yeah, and you just keep going like so. So I have drawn out the pattern. I'll share that in my stories. Let's hold it up a bit closer so you can see. They're great fun to make. And I'll see you in the next video.